What's up, everybody? I am BK, bkbangers.com, and welcome to another video, another joint where I'm showing you guys some tools, man, some quick tricks, some hacks, some utilities, some musical utilities. This comes from Plugin Boutique yet again. Instachord is the name. If you get it today, it's $14.90, $15 basically, US. Listed at $74, and you're gonna save $59.60. I'm not a salesman, I'm just a messenger. Right? The homie MG The Future did a dope tutorial about it. Someone asked in his tutorial, commented that maybe I should show them how to go about doing it in MPC software. So I'm gonna do that today, as well as I'm gonna do it in the Studio One platform as well. So this Instachord plugin utility, if you will, is basically, like it says right here, it has a long list of common chords to choose from. All chords come with different voicings, 24 frets, 24 picking. Hit the chords with only one key. Keyword, hit the chord with one key or play their notes separately. You can transpose, you can customize the mapping, and I'm gonna just let y'all know straight away, like, this is a beast of its own self. Alright? There's other utilities out there that's similar, but they don't cost $15 though. So, I mean, do as thou will, get it done. Alright, so I'm not gonna really go into, the full details of all of this, but you could check the homie MG The Future out, and he, go into a clearer, more detailed presentation of it. So I'm gonna flip over into Studio One and show you guys what, I came up with this just for presentation purposes. Be a little loud, but I'm gonna play it and then show you guys what I did to get to this point. All right, so so the scalar, hit me scalar, Instachord, and like it said, it's a utility. Basically, you're able to a chord and then do melodies on top. Comes with a bunch of presets that you can load. That's in a separate folder. You gotta go through the folders and see. It comes with a bunch of presets. So it comes with some presets in a plugin, with the plugin. It's called Instachord presets, and it's a bunch of different chord sets. Basically, it's like 30, 50. I think it's like 50 of them. So I tested it out by just loading the first one. Loaded the A minor one. Yeah. The A minor. So you press load, and then it loads up, and then what you have to do is, on the track that Instachord is on, you have to record some sort of MIDI notes inside of it, and it plays nothing. Like, you get no sound. Like, if I solo it and play it from the top, you get no sound from it, but you can see that it's, you know, it's active. So what you have to do is, you have to run another, you have to feed it through another plugin. So what I did was I fed it through Omnisphere, and then I put Instachord, and then when I play it, you get that. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna mute these, and I'm gonna play it. So you're basically able to do that from your MIDI keyboard or your QWERTY keys, but it's best if you have a MIDI keyboard. I haven't tried it with, like, you know, the QWERTY keys, so don't quote me, but I'm sure it works the same. It's just tricky because you know, you gotta move the octaves. So you can see right here in this section, it says chord A, chord B, pick A, picks A, and picks B. And chords A is from C3 to B3. Chord B is from C4 to B4. Picks A is C5 to B5. Picks B is C6 to B6. And you can, you know, change it to whichever layout is best for you. Each, you can change the root notes. Can I undo that? Dang. I don't even know what it was on. I think it was on minor. Where's minor? So yeah, you can change the scales to whatever you like it to be. So the whole thing of it is that this right here is the section that making it do those strums, you know, like this is what's causing it, because it's on guitar. So, you know, when you're playing the guitar, you can strum the guitar. So, you know, and then you can change it to first inversion, second inversion, basic play. You can also change the octaves from here. You can transpose it. You know, you can change the selection of from where it picks up from. So right now it's on 12, C1 to C12. I think that, or 12 keys in the octave, or it starts from the 12th octave. I'm not sure what that is. I just know that when you put on 0, you can start at C1, and it plays. You know what I'm saying? Like right now. So that's me playing from my my MPK MIDI, and I'm able to play that from my MIDI controller, and that's what I use it for. Like, I'm not with the drawing in, you know, MIDI notes and stuff like that. I rather play it out and get the job done that way. So once you have it set, right, you can then change the output, or the input rather, the instrument's input. You could change it back to all input, and it'll still remain, right? Setting it up, when you drag in Instachord, you leave Instachord the way it is. You add your instrument, whatever instrument that may be. You widen this panel right here. You come down to where it will say all inputs, and that's the instrument input. And you change the instrument input from all input to Instachord. Right here it says Instachord 2, but when you do it, it'll say Instachord. This was just a second one of it. That's why it says 2. All right. And then after you record it, you change it back to all inputs. And the cool thing about Studio One, I have not seen this done in Ableton. Whenever they record the MIDI notes, it records single keys. But when you record the notes in Studio One, it's actually the chords that you're playing. So that's the cool part about doing it in Studio One. MG shows a way how he routes it to a separate track, and that track that he plays it through or records it through, it picks up the MIDI notes. That's an extra step though. So, you know, I basically just layered it just to test it out to see what it do. So every time you once you get finished with the first section, then you go to the second section. Right? So then I went and I added this bass patch from Silent. And it's really, really fast and very intuitive. Plays from the bass, one note, second note, third note, all the way up to the sixth note. And that's really cool because it stays in the chord. It stays in the, it's set. So instead of, you trying to figure it out like the actual bass note, how I played it higher up because I just liked how it sounded and I played it higher up. But you can play it however you like to play it, and it works. All right, so that's pretty much the setup inside of Studio One. Again, what you do, you add Instachord, you leave Instachord the way it is, how it's set up in the panel right here, but you go to the instrument, whatever instrument you use, where it says instrument input, you would change it to Instachord. All right, when you're finished with your however you play it out, you then come back and change it to all inputs. That makes it that you can play it by itself, not needing Instachord. And then you can change the octaves, you could drop them. Come up here, do this, change this octave. And then you add some drums on it, you know, and you're good. And then you add halftime, you're even better. Alright, so that's how you work with Instachord inside of Studio One. So I'm gonna close out on this one and then catch y'all on the flip within the MPC. Alright, stay tuned. So we're here in the MPC 2.1 software, and in the MPC 2.1 software as it currently stands, it's a little bit more tedious to get the job done because we have to use a third-party mediator, or you know, it's called a Blue Cat's Patchwork, and I showed this with scalers. So if you've seen that video, then you're familiar with the steps. But I'm gonna show it again here. We use scalar to patch Instachord into whatever VST that you're using. In this case, I'm using Omnisphere. So in this pre-section right here, you'd load VST, and you'd go into so right here where it says Instachord, you double click it or press open on it, and then it'll load up, and then you go here and in parallel chains and load whatever VST instrument of your choice. Again, I'm using Omnisphere. You go down to MIDI output. You go to port A, MIDI output. You leave MIDI input the way that it is, but you go to MIDI output and check port A. Under parallel chains where your instrument is at, you would click it, leave MIDI input host the way it is, but check port A, all channels, okay? And that's how you get it to work, and it's pretty much that simple. So I'll close this screen right here, and I will solo this track. Now, it's pretty much similar to what I did in Studio One. I think the drums may be different, but you pretty much do the same routine in here. The difference of it is, though, like I showed you guys with when you record the strums, I'll show you the strum track here. This is the strums. So if I solo, I don't think I could just solo this track. So those are the strums. So that's like a 4 or 5 chord strum, but you only see one key represented. So when you bounce it, you'll have the chords. So that's the whole thing with the MPC 2.1. That's why I only use it to like create fast. I do my drums in it, but I'll go to Studio One when I'm getting ready to do everything, migrating to Ableton. Look out for those videos. Those videos be on its way real soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So once you have that set up, you could just go inside here inside of Instachords, you know, and do your thing. And if you do use Blue Cats to patch it right here, mess with this adjust this knob where it says post, because it makes it extra loud on top of the volume. It's like the volume is 2 times as loud because it's coming out the VSTI and then it's coming out of patchwork. So you adjust the knobs. Omnisphere also, or your VST also has a knob over here for the gain right here, but I don't usually mess with that. I'll just pull down the post gain. The other thing is that stack instruments inside of the MPC 2.1, you have to open up another instance of patchwork in order to get a different instrument, mainly because it's not as simple with the routing. So you have to do multiple instances to layer your sounds. All right, so I'm gonna just play you guys real briefly what I did for presentation purposes inside of the MPC 2.1. So, creation is limitless once you know what you're doing. This might not be the best not be the best example, but it's an example nonetheless. And I hope this helps some of you out there. I'm gonna post your name and your screenshot of your request somewhere along here when the video's through. But yeah, man, that's pretty much how you get it done in Studio One as well as the MPC 2.1 software. Knowing is half the battle, man. If you know something, you're able to move around. If you don't know, you're stuck. You're a little bit stuck. But for the most part, this tool is like one of the best tools there is. There's Magic Flow or Melodic Flow, something like that. And I have the demo version of it, but the setup is so tedious and difficult, especially in MPC 2.1. That was $80 or $70 opposed to $15. I mean, do the math, you know what I mean? Just do the math. Like, this is a great tool, you know what I mean? So if you don't got it, go out and get it. I'm not a salesman. I don't get nothing from this is basically free promotion for these guys. So I'll put a link in the description box. And if you're digging it, go out and get it, man. And do remember that music is life. It is our DNA, y'all. Keep banging. Peace, love, and light. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, y'all could post some comments down below if y'all have any, if y'all need any help as I grow, as I learn the software a little bit more clearer. I'll be able to help you guys. So if you need any help, just post a comment down below and I'll get right at you. All right, peace.